Okay, so no matter what profession you're in, you have to stay mentally strong. You have to stay in fighting shape, right? And you need to keep your head in the right place if you are going to be successful in your job. And I strongly feel that people do not put enough emphasis on this in the workplace, nor train people on how to do it correctly. So today, I'm going to talk to you about how to be mentally strong, how to keep yourself in a good place so that you can perform the best within whatever type of work environment you're in. And if you watch this whole video and put these things in practice, you're going to be really successful. Okay, so first thing, it's really important that you have a very good morning and evening routine. You cannot just work around the clock all day, every day. Trust me, I've tried it, and it's not something that is going to lead you to feeling very good about yourself or doing very good in the workplace. So typical morning routines for people who are successful look something like this. They wake up and first thing they do is think about what they're grateful for, right? So visualizing, 10 things that they're grateful for, really letting that kind of consume you. You're feeling awesome about those good things that you have going in your life. Next thing you do, number 2, you will visualize the day. So visualize the day exactly how you want it to go. So if you have a couple meetings coming out, how do you want to perform in those meetings? How do you want them to go? And if you do that, what happens is by the time you get to that meeting, you've already been there mentally in your mind. And because of that, you're able to perform better in that meeting the way that you thought that you would do it when you got there. And then another thing that's really important, and number 3, make sure that the first thing that you do when you wake up is you do not go and grab your phone and start checking email or responding to instant messaging or anything like that. It's very important for people to have breaks from work. So in the morning, make sure you designate a time from when you wake up and then for whenever you start your day so that you're not sitting there and you're checking social media and you're going through all this technology and you're flipping back and forth. That's a great way just to bring unnecessary information into your brain in a time when you should be allowing your brain to settle, allowing your brain to rest so that when you come into the workplace, you can be super successful and dedicate more time and more focus to it. So personally, I will do things like that in addition to in the morning exercising and trying to get in some hard cardio so that you can really get the blood pumping and get those cells regenerating. And then in addition to that, meditating can be another really good thing. So if you can carve out 5 to 10 minutes and meditate, try an app like Headspace. If you have a routine like that in the morning and you're not checking technology until about 8 or 9 a.m., you're gonna feel great and fantastic, and you're gonna be positive, and then you're gonna have a very, very good day. So those would be a couple tips that I would have for you. Then when you get into the day, it starts a whole nother process. So the thing is, if you set up your morning routine the way that I just mentioned, then throughout the day, you can constantly remind yourself on what you're grateful for, what you would have done to get to where you are, how, nobody's gonna die tomorrow or anything like that if things don't go perfectly. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, right? Think of what you're doing now as practice for getting to the next step, and then having fun with what you're doing, right? Always having fun and bringing a positive attitude to what you do every day. And if you kind of keep those things in mind and then work really hard and really put in a good effort, and then you get into the evening, when you get into the evening time, it's very important to shut down again, right? So if you shut down your phone around 6 or so, and then you're not checking anything, you have a good evening routine, such as maybe some more exercise or relaxing or reading and not staying tied into that technology, that's going to allow you to have a good night's sleep, and that's going to allow you to be fresh. It's going to allow you to have another break from what you're doing so that when you come back the next day and start that morning routine again, you're really ready to go. You haven't been able to touch the things that you wanted to, and you can get back and go after it again. People do not put enough emphasis on how important it is to stay in fighting shape, to thrive mentally in the workplace, and our society has started to instead glorify entrepreneurs who work around the clock all day, every day, 70-hour work weeks. And in my opinion, if you are working that many hours, you are not being effective enough. Sure, A lot of entrepreneurs or a lot of people who really care about their job do have the wheels turning a lot, but it's important to learn how to take breaks and so that you can come to work refreshed and do a really great job. If this video was helpful to you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.